fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Porch Light Letters podcast number 2242. Let's cross that one off. 242. And we're talking about the ripple effects of kindness tonight. My apologies, one for being late and two for not having my main light on. I've got a bit of a headache starting to come on and the light is playing havoc with my eyes and the headache. So unfortunately, I'm going to be in the shadow for a little bit for tonight. But that is not going to stop us talking about the ripple effects of kindness. So today we had our mastermind group, which was absolutely amazing. My business partner and I got to do, before we got to do a presentation, there was lots of celebration over people having their wins since we'd last met, which was awesome. I mean, to see the growth in these other businesses is just amazing. And then we had somebody got into the breakthrough zone. And so we did a bit of a breakthrough on their business, which was really, really cool because she's going from where she has come from to where she is today, night and day difference. And then my business partner and I got to present our new, nope, not going to come. Okay. To present our new business concept of what we were looking at doing and to get feedback from everybody. So everybody gave us really, really good feedback. And we are so grateful that we're part of a community where, sorry, I've got an air bubble stuck. You know, when I had some kombucha and it was a little fizzy, so I've got an air bubble stuck. Don't you just love it when you get that air bubble stuck? Anyway, and so everybody gave their feedback, which was hugely, hugely appreciated. I have to say, we are very blessed with the people that we have within our mastermind group, and the insight. And some people had a similar experience with our presentation. Other ones had some very good ideas and suggestions on things, and it was very well received. And we listened to it intently. And then my business partner and I, we had a quick conversation a while ago, just about an hour ago, on the feedback that we got, the debrief. So we've taken the afternoon off to decompress because it was so much in the head, which is probably why I have a headache. There was so much stuff going on, and I haven't taken a nap. Instead of taking a nap, I went off and did a quick grocery shop because I just needed just a few things, and came home, had lunch. And then I got on a Zoom with a fellow mastermind member who had some questions, but she didn't want to bring them out in the group. So could we do a one-on-one? Absolutely. Then I brought my business partner onto that call. And so we could talk together with her about some of her concerns and some of the ideas that she had. And then she left. And so we were able to do our debrief. And we're both really, really thrilled with how today went, with the way the presentation went, as well as the feedback that we got. So that was just really, really cool. One of the other cool things I got to do today is when I was out doing my little grocery run, I had a chance to do an act of kindness towards somebody else. I'm not going to say what the situation was or anything like that. Just know, because I don't need any praise for it or anything else. It was something I felt led to do, so I did it. I felt good about it. The people that were involved with it were extremely surprised and grateful. And then I went on my way, came home and had lunch. And then I got onto these other two calls. So before I got on those other two calls, I was in my bedroom and I had put my water bottle on the bedside table. I put my phone there on the bedside table. I walked across the room. I bent down to pick up a box to put on the bed so I could sort it. And there was a certain ringtone that came across my phone and said, I have to answer that. I cannot not answer that. So I sat down on my chair and answered that phone and had a really good conversation with the person on the other end, and so grateful for their feedback as well. And that led me to going and getting online with the other two as well. So it's been a very busy afternoon. And so my business partner says, do you want to meet tomorrow? I went, no. I says, I have to do some sorting tomorrow. We are down into single digits on weekends left to be able to sort stuff. So I'm going to have to start doing some more sorting during the week than what I have been doing. But I definitely need to get in and get some stuff done. And I know there's a whole bunch of stuff in my room that needs to be donated. Things like linens, towels, bed linens, towels, there's clothing. So I want to get that room done tomorrow, and end it with a trip to Goodwill to get rid of the stuff in the car. So anyway, so tonight we are talking about the ripple effects of kindness. Hang on, we need to lubricate the vocal cords. Kindness has a way of extending far beyond the moment. A smile, a thoughtful gesture, or feedback given with care can seem small, yet it ripples outward. Those ripples move through communities, relationships, and even generations. Tonight, we pause to notice how kindness multiplies when we choose it. That reminds me of a clip I saw. It was either a reel, a short. It was either a reel or a short. See, we're celebrating with balloons. Just adding a little color and cheer to everybody's lives. It was either a reel or a short that I saw, and it was Queen Elizabeth II many years ago when she was a young woman, and she's standing on a bridge in one of the castle grounds somewhere. I don't even know where it was done, but she's standing on this bridge over this brook, and she drops a stone in it, and she's having them film the ripple effect and she even talked about acts of kindness and how they ripple outwards. And she says, just this simple small stone, it just made all these ripples. And she talked to the theory behind the ripple. It was actually, I'm like, okay, usually you don't hear a royal talking about that in a mindset type of way, but that was what that whole little film clip was about, was the effect of the ripples of doing one act and how it ripples out. So I thought that was kind of interesting because I had never heard her talk like that before, passing along bits of philosophy. And it was really cool to see. So what acts of kindness teach us? It's small actions carry big meaning. Kindness builds a foundation of trust and safety. Feedback, when offered kindly, becomes a gift of growth. And that's definitely what we felt today when we made our presentation to our mastermind group. The feedback they gave us was definitely something towards our growth that we're going to be doing with the business. So what happens when a kind act inspires another? Sometimes immediately, sometimes years later, receiving kindness softens our hearts and shifts our perspective. In community spaces like mastermind groups, kind feedback creates courage and momentum, and it truly does. It's more like instead of being a pebble being dropped into a river, it's more like a rock being dropped in, and these big ripples go out depending on the mastermind group. My mastermind group, we are all about growth. We are all about, we're all about throwing the rocks into the calm river and having the calm waters and having these big ripple effects go out. It's awesome. But even a tiny act of kindness like I did today, that could turn around. I felt good about doing it. No expectations of returns or anything else. It was just, and that's what a random act of kindness is. It is something done without expectation of receiving anything in return. I had gotten a lot of really cool feedback from our mastermind group today. My business partner and I did. We got, excuse me, bubble is so stuck. We got a really lot out of the kindness of their hearts of the membership of the members within our mastermind group. They gave us some really cool feedback, some great suggestions, ideas, brutal truths. It was all greatly, greatly appreciated. And excuse me, that feels so much better. As well, and I was sitting there just taking notes of everybody that was talking, write their name down and then write down what their ideas were. So I was taking a lot of notes. Some of it I missed, and so I'm going to have to go back through the replay when we get that and fill in the gaps. But we got the general gist of it. And I felt so good because they had given us so much from our presentation. They had given us a huge amount of feedback, and I felt really good about it. So and then when I was out and about, I was inspired to do this act of kindness. And I was thinking about, should I, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. Because I had been inspired by those who had given to me, so I was paying it forward. And that's all we can do, is just pay it forward. You never know what you're going to receive, when you're going to receive it. But when you do an act of kindness, do it without the expectation of anything in return. And those people may never know who I am. And it doesn't matter. I don't care, as long as they keep paying it forward, that little ripple effect. Maybe they were having a crappy day, and that was a little spark in their day. You never know. When you do a random act of kindness for someone, you don't know what's going on in their life right there and then. So Just do it. You might be the spark, the only spark they get that day. And that lifts their spirits up a lot higher than from where they were. They may have been down in the dumps about something and sad or grieving or feeling alone. And some stranger comes out of nowhere and does an act of kindness for them. Do you know how much that lifts somebody's spirits when you're in that position? It's massive. It's massive. They could have been in a downward spiral, and you stop that spiral and help lift them up through an act of kindness. So how we carry forward? Is ask, what small kindness is mine to give today? Always just look out for things. It could, just keep your eyes open. You never know what's going to inspire you to do an act of kindness. Recognize that listening is one of the greatest acts of kindness you can do. Sometimes people just want somebody to talk to. That's all. They just want somebody to talk to hear them. And some people just want a conversation with somebody. They don't care what they talk about as long as they have a conversation and that other person hears them. It makes a big difference in just sitting there going, Actively listen to what they are saying so that you can respond to them about what they said and they feel better because somebody heard what they had to say. Allow kindness to flow through you instead of stopping with you. So we got all that kindness from our mastermind group that flowed through me today that has been passed on to somebody else. I just hope that the person that received that kindness, it flows through them to somebody else and that they make somebody else's day brighter, and then it just keeps going. And you get that. One of my favorite movies is Pay It Forward. It is such a simple concept and it doesn't take a lot to do, yet so many people miss out on that chance. And it's just, if you've never seen Pay It Forward, please go see it. Yes, you will probably need a box of tissues for the movie because it is a bit of a tear. It's one of those ones I like to watch when I need to have a good cry. Sometimes I need to have a good cry and I just can't get it started. So I have my go-to cry-worthy movies. And depending on the day as to which one I feel like watching so that I can cry. I know I'm going to cry at the movie, so which one do I want to pick? I have my cry movies. What's on your cry movie list? And Pay It Forward's on my cry movie list. Secondhand Lions on there as well. So and in the legacy, on the legacy side, on the legacy connection, people may forget your words, but they will always remember how you made them feel. That was, is it Maya Angelou that said that? They may forget what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel. Kindness becomes part of the story that others pass on about you. Even unseen ripples leave behind a lasting impression. And your 4 reflection questions for today. Number 1, when was the last time someone's kindness created a ripple in your life? Number 2, what act of kindness can you give today that might ripple out further than you imagine? Number 3, how is feedback offered with kindness helped shape your journey? And number 4, in what ways do you hope your kindness will ripple into the future? And in closing this evening, kindness is not meant to stop at us. It is meant to move through us. The ripple begins with one choice, one word, one act. And when we choose it, we set into motion a wave that extends far beyond what we can see. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific.